In the comments, you guys have been talking about January and Karlean, how they could have been really funny, how they could have been used more, and you like some of the episodes that have them. So here's one that I will focus on, Karlean on Me.
Today is a day that started out good. Finally, my very own Astronaut Bob Astro Disc.
Back when cereal prices meant something.
And so versatile. Too bad after such a good start, everything went straight down.
And it doubles as a frisbee.
Come on, Gordy, throw it already.
It smells like spoiled milk, Angela. This toy's not sanitary.
Would you please just throw it, please?
Impatient.
Oh! Heavens to Betsy! Another one of those nasty novelty nuisances. Well, up to the verboten drawer for you.
Why does Miss Brinks wear a wig?
What you did?
Don't blame Gordy for anything!
I'm really sorry, Angela.
Canadian.
Want the Mr. Tofu toy I got out of my box of sugar-free soy
Aw.
squares?
Thanks, but no thanks.
Rude.
If you want, you could go into Brinks' desk when she's not around and... No way, Angela. Great, it's Karlean. Needywart must be sending her spies to spy on us.
There's a realness to how they
She
talk.
looks like she's lost. Nanette, horrible, terrible. I know Nanette's horrible and terrible. Tell me something I don't know. Hey, Nanette, here's your missing link that you are missing.
I'm not missing her.
Karlean
at all.
the missing
Not
link.
After what she did yesterday, I've never been so appalled. I'm appalled too. I'm appalled even more. I decided we should all have fur hats. So I went out and bought a fur hat. And
In the
January
spring?
went out and bought a fur hat. But what did Karlean do? She bought herself a fake fur hat. As if she thought I wouldn't spot a synthetic a mile off. I haven't the words to express my feelings of betrayal. Not even in French.
Speaking
Huh.
of fake,
But I told you, it's not my fault, it's Daddy's. He cut my allowance to several $100s per quarter when he found out I used his credit card to buy those hand-painted ceramic kitty collectibles.
Man, it is expensive to be Nanette's friend.
Ceramic. They were Limoges. I've had to cut corners. You don't cut corners on essentials. Come on, January. Let's go have fun the old-fashioned way. We'll buy it.
hey Nanette, could you buy me some fun too? Wait up.
Johnny's a gold digger. Oh boy.
Huh?
It's so weird to see her next to Karlean.
In shock. She's still got amazing copycatting skills.
I think we should let her sit with us. She could be like
Aw.
the puppy I never had due to my allergy to dog dander.
Sorry, Gordy Reinhardt, but I mean, electronic, she's still
Indirectly saying that she's your
maybe
bitch.
after a year or two will wear off. Run along, Karlean. That's a girl. Back to Nanette.
Maybe you should, Karlean. I'm sure January and Nanette miss you already.
I almost feel sorry for her, but c'est la vie.
I love the way they
French
say
for
sorry.
chocolate
They say sorry.
truffle. We'll be better off without Karlean.
I'm not making fun
I'm
of Canada. I
sure.
like the
I'm sure
pronunciation.
too. Oh, and I'm sure of it even more.
Now January has to be both, so Nanette has her complete minion package.
You sure got an awful lot of food there. And since lunch is only 50 minutes, maybe I should start helping.
Wait, 50 minutes? My lunch was only 20 minutes! And they, wow, and they start taking advantage of her
I still feel
immediately.
horrible about what happened to your Astro Disc. Maybe if I supplied you with all of my gold stars, you could win it back at the end of the month auction.
But the end of the month auction is at the end of the month, Gordy Reinhardt.
True.
Gordy is being such a sweetheart this episode.
A little? Come on, you guys. Taking it back early isn't breaking any rules. It's more like borrowing something back that belongs to me anyway. Tell you what, whoever gets it for me gets treated to samples from Mapperson's.
Angela, Mapperson samples are free anyways.
Yeah, but I'm also offering free delivery.
Oh my god.
Get it, Angela. Walking to Mapperson's is all the exercise I get.
I'll do it.
You, Karlean? You would do that for me?
Sure, Mrs. Brinks lets me and January and Nanette borrow stuff from the conference.
I do find it fun.
Whenever we want.
So
I
now
do find it
think
really
maybe Karlean's
interesting
not so bad to have around after all.
that people who defer from Nanette automatically go to Angela.
I think it was a good catch.
Miss Brinks is another one.
Come on, Karlean, join in.
Why am I doing this again?
Because it's fun.
How can this be fun? I mean, we haven't spent any money at all yet.
Come on, you're holding up the game.
Karlean's actually kind of adorable in this episode.
I broke a nail. Sorry, but I can't keep playing if this is going to happen.
That joke.
The manicure cost me $5 a nail.
Well, at least
Maybe it would sound better if you bought a better quality comb. Say tortoiseshell or elephant tusk.
But that's the beauty of comb harmonicas, Karlean. They sound the same no matter what they're made of. Here, try it. See? You're a natural.
How much did you say this cost?
She's so adorably naive. Interesting extra.
And it's fun. I can't believe how much money
Ding dong
I
ditching.
spent with you guys. And
That's nice, but we still got lots more neighbors left to annoy. It is hard to
That's a
believe
good line.
Angela Anaconda, and in the middle of the kitchen of my sworn arch enemy Nanette's former kiss-up, Karlean. We were all going to go to a Bodies for pizza. But
And
Karlean said we could go to her house instead.
I'm not sure how I feel about Angela stealing her food, considering how often Gina does it to her.
you have fun. Do you
Although this is a really, really early episode.
Over $120?
Mini Wart probably spends that much on a single hat in a single day.
Hey, you're right.
Why are you making a face, Karlean? Have you ever actually tried a bologna and ketchup sandwich? I love them.
I'd love them even more if, you know, they had mayonnaise and pickles.
Hey, Karlean.
Pickles are
Look what
good.
I found in your bathroom. A woodchuck. And he's dead.
Oh no, that's just the awful fake fur hat I bought. I told the maid to use it to scrub the bidet.
If you don't want it, I'll take it. Fake fur is my favorite kind of fur. Thanks, Karlean. Someday maybe I will do the same sort of thing for you.
Huh, it doesn't look like a hat. It looks more like a cheese wheel.
Password?
Wink stinks.
Come on in.
You know,
There's a realness to how these
Angela,
characters
I wonder
talk.
if it was a good idea to share the password with Karlean.
Relax. Now that she is no longer clinging to Nanette like static cling, I say we can trust her. Besides, she's bringing the snacks.
You think it's possible to eat bark?
I think my blood sugar just dropped to below 0. I'm heading to Mapperson's. Right about now, they should be putting out the fruitcake samples.
Wait for me, Fair Gina.
I'm telling you guys, Karlean will be here any minute with food bags full of food. She's probably loading her wagon with bologna right now.
Nope. Can't eat bark. I'm going for pizza.
Not you too.
Johnny
No,
can get pizza whenever he
wait.
wants.
I'm telling you, any minute. What if something happened to her? Oh, there she is. She must have gone back to get a hat. Hey, that's the hat she already gave me.
It looks like a cheese
I
wheel.
was having fun with Angela. And maybe I was by mistake, but it didn't take me long to come to my senses. I mean, their idea of fun is so cheap. But at least it allowed me to save up enough money to buy my real fur hat.
So, Karlean,
And they're all matching.
for days. You were just using us for your own cheap fun, huh?
Yeah, but they were using her too.
We started using you. First, Anaconda, you
I don't know. This is another one I feel like.
should use you for
I don't think the revenge fantasy is completely justified here because it was so clear they were taking advantage of Karlean for her food. Pacing's a little off. I know this is an early one, the show's still figuring things out, but I do have a hard time. How did Miss brings big butt jokes? Anyways, I do have a harder time
Fear not, oh flying foe.
rooting for Angela in this particular situation.
Stop it, you will holler. Save me from the doggy slobber, oh great Angela who knows so much more about having fun than I. Sorry, Karlean.
But there is a realness to how the kids talk. It does feel
Especially copycat.
realistic to how they're in the dialogue.
Weenie weenie. Looks like you could use
Oh, hello! Cannibalism?
juice to wash off King's interstellar doggy slobber.
Alright, how long has it been since I have seen a cannibalism joke?
My fallen friend.
Oh, darn it.
Find plenty of friends in
Came
your
close,
new
though.
home. Cheap, 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 cheap. And even though you still call me cheap, I am too big to let it bother me. Enjoy these nice big worms. I will say, my treat.
Huh.
Hey! Oh,
And I guess some of the stereotypes
ew!
could have been a little funnier, maybe played up even more.
On your head, a fur hat, like yours, Nanette Danoir.
Oh, civil play, Angela Anaconda.
They still look like cheese wheels!
All like any of ours. Nanette is so
I know what kind of hats they are supposed to be.
obvious.
What difference?
Please, forget this riffraff, Karlean.
Well, I guess I should have known. Once a clone clubber, always a clone clubber. Huh? 100% real fur, not the tacky fake stuff.
I do like the background
Ew,
jokes.
Real fur? But that means Karlean's got my fake hat.
Angela! Oh, Angela,
Karlean.
Don't worry, Karlean. I wouldn't dream of insulting you by giving your hat back for free. But I think we could work something out.
And they take advantage of her for food again. I don't know how I felt about that one. Like I was saying during the episode, I felt the pacing was a bit off. It's a really, really early one. Had a bit of a tougher time rooting for Angela because she is taking advantage of Karlean, and that's pretty clear. Gordy's a sweetheart as usual. Always root for him. And I know I defend Gordy Reinhardt a lot. He is probably one of my favorite characters. Actually, he's definitely one of my favorite characters. He's easily the nicest character in this show. He has jerk moments too, but I find that they're few and far between. Usually when he's making fun of Angela, it comes across as he's doing it in a really friendly, loving way. And he's the one character who genuinely makes her a better person. I feel like Gina's the toxic one in that group, because Gina's usually the one who's taking advantage of people for food and using people as a means to an end. Gordy's usually helping out and trying to do the right thing, even in between his diva moments and his sass. Feel free to disagree with me on that, but it's a pattern I've noticed when watching the show. I did feel realness in the dialogue, but I think I should have I really wanted to root for Angela and her friends a bit more, and it is really, really interesting to see something that focuses on Nanette's minions for once, because I do feel like they could have been a little funnier. Their shtick is pretty one note, usually. But usually, the Mean Girls minions are not the most interesting characters, but they can be. The biggest example I think of is Tammy and Bob's Burgers. Not Tammy, Jocelyn in Bob's Burgers. Because they really go the extra mile with how much of a conformist she is. And they could have done that with Karlean here. Although I will say this, Karlean in this episode did have more of a character than almost anywhere else in the show. The only other exception being Fairweather Friends, which had a similar plot line. Because she's sheltered, she's naive. She's almost decent when she's away from Nanette. She's actually kind of adorable in her own funny way. But she's still flaky and not going to be a good friend. Yeah, they have fun with them briefly, but I think I would have liked it a lot more if she and Angela and her friends had more of a genuine connection. Even Gordy, who's sweet, and I didn't feel like he was being nasty when he said this. Like, oh, she's like the pet I never had. Showing how much of a conformist she's acting, but Angela and her friends are clearly taking advantage of her and using her as a means to an end, so the revenge fantasy didn't really feel earned. It's hard for me to believe that Angela was that surprised when Karlean went back to Nanette. I never really felt like they genuinely connected. And Angela wins anyway. She gets what she wants. So this doesn't make it a particularly balanced episode. I didn't really feel sorry for them. It had some funny lines for sure. I think later episodes do a better job of making Angela the underdog and making her someone you can root for. The early episodes I've noticed, she is angrier and more sadistic. And sometimes it's really, really funny, but sometimes it hinders the show, and I did feel that here. It still does feel a little too stereotypical for me to really enjoy it, but they had some good one-liners in there. Overall, I liked the idea. Wasn't the biggest fan of the execution. But it is nice to see Karlean focused on a little bit more. Yeah, really funny how a lot of people who differ from Nanette go right to Angela. Again, Miss Brinks is another one. When Nanette's out of the picture, she focuses on Angela. Johnny kind of has a thing for both of them. I guess it goes to show how similar those two really are, whether they admit it or not. And to any newcomers who stumble upon this video, welcome to my channel. I do weekly Anaconda Rewatch videos and occasionally analyze what other people had to say on the show. You can find a playlist of all my videos on my channel, and feel free to subscribe.